What's up, guys? I'm back and I have another review that I want to share with y'all. Unfortunately, I did already record this once, but for some weird reason, the audio in my camera was getting a lot of really annoying clicking sounds in it, and I didn't want to put y'all through all to trying to listen to that because it was aggravating me and it was hard for me to hear what I was saying. So I decided to go ahead and just re-record this. Unfortunately, the product that I'm going to do a review on, I have already unpackaged it, but that's okay. We'll make do. I am going to review this. I saw this at Walmart a few days ago and I thought it was kind of neat looking. So I decided, you know what, I don't need that, but it could be fun to play with, and somebody out there might be looking at one and wondering about it themselves. So I decided, why not? Let's do it. This is the Proficiency Pocket Combo. It's good for travel, hike, camping, kayaking, or canoeing. Inline tangle-free telescopic rod, tiny spin cast reel, and it's got a 2.55 to 1 gear ratio. That's not very fast. Strong 3-pound line, it says. You know, normally strong and 3 pounds don't really go in the same sentence together. Tiny but mighty. No comment. Let's see. This extends out to 20 inches and it retracts to 14.5 for easy storage. Alrighty, so as I mentioned, this is telescopic. That's the 14 and what I say, 14.5 inches right there, and boom, big 20 inch. Ain't a whole lot to this, but I gotta tell you, you know, for what it is, it's a pretty sharp looking reel. I really dig the way that thing looks. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because you notice there's no line guides. And it did mention, what did it say? Where did it go? Inline tangle free. Now, inline means instead of it going over the top, it means it's going actually inside the rod. Now, there's two ways to do that. I had to get online and research the second option, which on the package and in the instructions, it does tell you where to go online to get a good idea. So it comes with 3 of these little cables. Now what these cables are, you can run it up through that shaft. Once it comes out the end, tie your line on and just pull it through. Easy peasy. The second option I like better because, let's be honest, who's going to remember to keep these with them and who's going to actually keep up with it? I saw this little eye bolt looking deal. I don't know if you can see that or not. That little eyeball right there. I saw that and it's fixed on a plastic nut, and I was wondering what that's all about. So I opened it up, and inside I discovered 3 of these little things. Now these are what they are calling a line weight. I don't know how well you can see anything, but if you look at the top, there is a hole through there, kind of like a sewing needle. Now the idea, and I did this once and it worked out. Now that I'm having to redo this, it probably won't work out. I'm going to take my line and run it through there. Just tie a little simple knot. line is so small that it's hard to see, especially when you're trying to tie a knot in it. Okay, I think that's good enough. As you can see, I got it tied onto my line. Now what you're going to do, you see right there, it's got an opening in it. You're going to take that and fish it through that opening. Just let it drop. And it didn't come out the bottom. Now what they say to do is just give it a few shakes, and there it is. Of course, it probably works a little better if you release the line. So there you have it. It's not too bad. So now that I have it back through, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut off that line weight. And I'm going to go ahead and tie this little jig I had laying around to the end of it, just to keep the line from going back through and having to go through that whole thing all over again. Alright, so I got my little jig tied on. So pretty much at this point this thing is ready to go fishing. I'll give it a little toss. It casts pretty good. That reel is super slow, but that's alright. This is kind of one of those throw it in your car, and if you get a little chance during your lunch break and you got a creek behind your shop, go fishing. It's pretty neat. There's not a whole lot to say about this thing. You know, it is what it is. That's the entire fishing pole right there. But it is kind of neat. So I better put these line weights back away before I lose them. They just go right in there. Now that I've got this thing all set up, there's only one thing left to do. That's to go try it out. So why don't y'all join me? I'm going to go down to the creek and see how this thing does in a real life situation. Now, what I got to go with this, and I've seen these things for years, never thought much of them, but when I decided to pick this up, I figured, why not? This would be a good opportunity to try one of these. Now, I'm not really reviewing these, but it is what I'm going to use. And I'll probably use a lot of my normal, typical ultralight type tackle. But this thing was kind of neat, so I went ahead and got it. It's the Cream Lure Book Kit. Cream, not really sure how you pronounce that. But inside it's got a bunch of tubes and jigs and little shad. Even some little bitty baby frogs. Kind of neat. And it comes with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 jig heads. They look like various weights. Not really sure, but kind of cool. But again, not really reviewing this, but I will be using it as well as my normal 32nd ounce beetle fins and tiny little, well, I think they're really for trout, but I use them for brim. And this is a crappie kit. Not necessarily going after crappie with this pole, probably mostly brim, but I'll take anything that wants to bite. So, all right, there you have it. The Profishency Pocket Combo. Let's go get this line wet. Alright guys, I decided to come down here to Gospel Creek, try this thing out. I've already got that jig tied on, so I figured I'd start off with that. See where I end up. With any luck, they're biting today. Water's awful and muddy. Cast pretty good. The retrieve is awfully slow. Yeah, seems like it's not even really fast enough to get any action on that tail. Try a few more shots and then maybe we'll attempt a little jigging. It actually cast really good. Uh-oh, getting a bite. Huh. I got a fish. Look at that. Look how slow. Jeez. That didn't take long at all, guys. Look at that. She works. I'll be incredibly slow retrieve, but you know what? That's alright. This is not meant as a daily fishing kit rod. More of a in a pinch fishing rod. Pretty little guy. Alright, buddy. Appreciate you playing along. I think I'm about to lose my little jig. It's pretty rocky over here. It's only 3-pound line. Yep, I lost it. Alright, so tied on this little bitty jig with one of these tubes. Give it a shot. I think it'll be in my best interest to stay away from the rocks over here. 3-pound line is not much. Oh, even with that lighter little jig, it still casts decent for what it is. Huh. I lost my line. How the heck did that happen? Huh. Well, that sucks. Gonna have to feed it back through now. Alright guys, I'm rigged back up. I think I'm gonna come back over here because it's just too rocky over there. And I'm hung up again. I don't know how much more of this I can handle. Let's try something that's got a little bit of float to it. Alright guys, I got a trusty Rebel Crick Hopper tied on. Now this is kind of a dual purpose lure. It does submerge and act as a crankbait, but you can also use the top water, which, as slow as this thing is, top water is probably going to be the way to go. If I end up catching a nice fish, I say, if I get a bite from a nice fish, I'm probably going to end up losing that lure, because there's no way I'll be able to get them in. As fast as I'm cranking this thing, and it's still just working the surface. There's a big hit, but he didn't nail it. He did mess up my lure though. Got it all tangled up. Uh-oh, got him. Huh. This is a, oh, he got off. Man, I hate that. Seems like they're over there though. I'm gonna keep trying. It's hard to set the hook. That one didn't get away yet. Oh, it takes a minute to get them in. Well, he got a hook in the mouth and one on the side, so he really wasn't going nowhere. Alright, buddy. Thanks for playing the game. Well, that took a little effort, but finally got another one. Alright, so I got one on a jig and one on the crick hopper. I'm probably asking for trouble, but I'm going to try a little 32nd ounce beetle spin. Don't know if I can get the thing going fast enough to make the spinner spin, but we'll give it a shot. Starting to run out of daylight. Alright guys, 1 32nd ounce beetle spin. Let's give it a shot. Looks like it's actually spinning. Oh, nothing on the beetle spin. I think I got enough time to try one last thing. Alright guys, I got time for one last lure. This is honestly a trout lure, or a trout worm. We don't have trout here, so I use it for panfish. And I pretty much use it like you would a bass worm. The only difference is you can't really Texas rig it because they don't make cricket hooks with an offset shank. But that's alright. Let's see what happens. Huh. Boy, instantly. I didn't even have a chance to get him in, and he felt big. Got another one. Two good hits in a row. Messed up my hook, or my worm. Boy, he's just not getting that hook. Ah, 3-pound line sucks. I definitely had him. Don't know if I have another one of those. Alright, well, as luck would have it, I did have a little piece of another one of those worms with me. Let's see if we can get a fish. I don't know if I can handle whatever made that ripple. Huh. I got a fish. Oh, that's a good fish. That was a bass, and he snapped me off. Doggone it. 3-pound line, people. Alright guys, so that's gonna have to be it. Gonna be dark in probably 15 to 20 minutes. And I really wanted to catch at least one more fish. You know, unfortunately I did get a hold of 2 that broke my line. It would have been really awesome to catch that bass and get them landed. I mean, that would be a real testament to this thing. But as far as this goes, my honest opinions, if it's a survival type situation, you know, have this in your survival pack or whatever, absolutely, if there's nothing better. As far as just trying to go enjoy fishing, no, absolutely not. Not even for your kids. I tell you, the worst part about it is when your line breaks and you got to fish it back through there every time. It gets to be a pain in the butt. The 3-pound line, absolutely trash. That bass probably didn't even know he was caught before the line broke. You could probably put some heavier line on here. I'm not sure how it would perform after that. That may be something I need to do for another video. But it did catch fish. So like I said, in a survival situation, I would absolutely love to have this. If you're in that kind of situation, you're pretty much going to eat whatever fish you can get a hold of. So size don't matter, species don't matter, food is food at that point. So yeah, I would absolutely put that in like a camping bag or a bug out bag, whatever you want to call it. You know, it definitely beats trying to catch fish with a spear. But I mean, if you could find something better that's compact for that type of situation, I would absolutely try to go with that. But I'd like to say it was fun, but it really wasn't. I think this would make a good wall decoration. But that's about it. It's time for me to get home. That's my honest opinion. Life or death, I want it. Trying to enjoy myself, no. I'd rather stay home. But anyway, that's a wrap. And I guess we'll see y'all on the next video. Now, I do believe that jigging or like a bobber with like a earthworm or cricket or something like that, this would do very good. As far as a steady retrieve, not so much. It did okay with my top water. Steady retrieve, it sucks. Like it's got, what did I say? A 2 to 1 gear ratio. It's not getting in no hurry. But like I said, better than a sharp stick. I'll catch y'all on the next video, and I appreciate y'all watching.